grand, immaculate, beautiful rising to the gods and the goddesses. Every day we wake up, remember we are blessed. We all should learn something every day. I titled this one, Where's Home? A lot of us don't really understand where home is and where home starts. I had a brief thought about what home really is and what is really home. Where are we when we are thinking about home? The balance of home, and can you really move forward in life when your home isn't in order? I like to always put out that thought process. Everything is everything. And what I mean by that is everything is connected to everything. So everything that is in the physical form is always a mental manifest. It's the physical manifestation of our mentality and our thoughts and everything that is on our mind at that time. Everything has been built into our subconscious and how we program ourselves. So when I say where's home, where's home? Where does home start? Is your home of love or is your home of lust? And what I mean by that is we have to start breaking down what these words actually mean, going deeper than the surface. We have to go deeper into ourselves and start looking at the surface. The loudest person in the room is usually has the least. It needs that attention to feel like they're full, but they're never fulfilled. Yeah, I'm over here shining like the sun. Got the shea butter on it, but no, right there. Anyways, so where's home? Is your home in order? These are the things that we got to start thinking about daily, along with our daily mantras, along with our daily meditations. Getting ourselves in order is a ritual. Remember, yesterday I talked about romanticizing our life. Now we got to take ourselves further. What are we romanticizing? Uh, we get into a state of survival. We're always in a state of survival, so we're always in a state of defense. We don't notice that people around us that are never in a state of. Some people, you ever notice that person is always walking around, no care in the world. They walk around happy, always in a good space, always in that good mood. Nothing really gets to them. That person is exhibiting signs of loving themselves. When you wake up in the morning and you remember something from your past, something that can be something so small from your past, are you looking at it as a moment of reflection, or are you using it as a moment to keep yourself where you're at? That's another major thing within our homes. Your space around you is a discipline. Everything that comes around you is a discipline to yourself. Every decision that you make takes you to your next space. Everything is immersed in within you is your truth. Everything that is immersed within you is your truth at that time in that space. So what are you aligning with? Your greatest potential, remember, is always your greatest fear. So once again, where's home? They say home is where the heart is. So is your heart full of grief, full of regret, full of resentment, full of unforgiveness? What is your heart full of? And then once you start understanding what your heart is full of and what your life is always full of, you start wanting to get your home in order. You can't get there without separation first. Separation in learning to love ourselves in our being alone. And what I mean by being alone is taking that time to yourself to really break down yourself. We get to a point to where we exhibit fear of being by ourselves. Fear of actually, because we don't want to be around our true self. Uh, if you woke up this morning in any particular mood, that mood is on you. How you woke up this morning is ultimately on you. It's a reflection of you. So if you woke up not in the best of moods because of something that happens, we understand life happens. But it's ultimately up to you on how you use that energy. Remember, everything is everything. That's what I mean by everything being everything. So if you woke up in a grand mood and you're romanticizing your grand mood, build everything around that. Build everything around that memory of the best time that you had at that time. And that's what's going to catapult you into your next level. That's how you manifest the positive. Because whatever we think, that's what we're manifesting. Whatever we put our energy into, that's the intent that we're setting. So what are you surrounded by? Are you surrounded by the same frequency that you've been separated around for the last 5, 6, even 8, 10 years? Are you and that shit manifests literally into what you do? Are you putting your mind in the thought process? Here's a mantra I want everybody to work on to listen to this video today. Everybody that tunes in, pass the video, always pass and share along knowledge. The best way to captivate knowledge and how you learn from knowledge is how you share, not only how you use the knowledge, but how you share the knowledge. That is when the next teacher appears. That's when the teacher appears. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. That means you. We are all students of the universe. We are all students of our ancestors, our elders, and everything that takes us forward. So start removing the negative undertones out of our vocabulary. Can't should never. I remember. I think everybody's seen Love and Basketball. He says can't should never be in a man's vocabulary. I believe that. Can't shouldn't be in our vocabulary. Impossible shouldn't be in our vocabulary. These negative undertones that we use, those are what hold us back. I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't see myself doing this. I can't see myself doing that. That's you. That's your ego, your human self, keeping you away from your God self. Because remember, gods can do whatever they want. Goddesses can do whatever we want. When we go start tapping into our spiritual world, we can do whatever we want. Anything that we fathom, anything that we manifest and bring into this physical presence, that's what we can do. That's us. That's the mindset we got to get back into. We got to stop allowing our ego to make us arrogant when we think about that, and we got to start thinking in our highest self and get into our Godfidence, There's nothing that can stop you but you. If it rain outside and you got to get somewhere, get an umbrella. The moment you start doing that every single day, this rain ain't gonna stop me, this rain ain't gonna stop me, this rain ain't gonna stop me. Watch how the rain falls. That's you controlling that. That's our power. Yet we don't understand the strength of our power. And that's the scariest part for us. We spend days upon years, every single day, granting our power to something else. When we go to a job, we give all our energy to that job, and at the end of the day, we're like, I wish they would pay me more. Why should they pay you more? Because you did a job? You did a job that they paid you for. They paid you for every hour that you worked at that job, but you want more. We want more based on something outward. And then we give more of our power. We don't realize how strong our power is. So we, once again, where it's home. Things that hit us the hardest, usually they always say it hits home. So what's hitting you? What's stifling you? What's stopping you? What's connected to you right now at this moment that's stopping you from going to the next level? Is it lack of funds? That shouldn't be a thing. Because last time I checked, YouTube got a video for everything. We can go online, Google. You can Google anything. So it all starts with knowledge. It all starts with the mind anyway. I don't need $100 to unlock my mind. I got Google. I got YouTube. We have to start using the tools that are around us to work on our gifts, to work on ourselves, to take us to the next level. That's how it starts. It all starts with us. But here are a couple of things that actually stop us and they hinder us. Here's something that actually hinders us and stops us. The minute you start doing better for yourself, watch the people around you. There's going to be two types of people that are going to come around you. There's going to be the people that are going to big up you and they're going to push you and they'll be like, dang, I got you. I like what you're saying. I like what you're doing. And then there's going to be those people that be like, oh, you changing up now. Oh, you talking about getting healthy now? Oh, you talking about not eating meat anymore? What you mean you don't want to eat ribs and chicken wings? And the minute you tell them the research that you had, man, my grandmother lived to be 902 years old. That was in her home. But how did she live to be 902 years old? It's because she was sitting there, woke up 4:30 in the morning, and she started slow cooking everything. Everything was cooked with love. It was a certain ritual that was put into that food. That's why she lived so long, because it was love based in that food. But now we're getting processed. So where's home? Is your home full of love? Is your home full of lust? What I mean by that is when you look around your home, is everything in your home based on helping you grow? That's love. When you got to look into those drawers or those cabinets and they're full of trash and they're full of garbage, you got old clothes from back when you was in the 6th, 7th grade. What did you do with those clothes? Well, you can't wear any of that anymore because we're holding on to emotional memories that are hold on to those clothes. The physical manifestation, that's where our memories are built from into the physical form every single time. I used to be one of those people that used to hate throwing stuff away. I'm still sometimes because we get that sentimental value. Oh, I've had that for 16 years. Why are you still holding on to it? Can you hold on to a part of yourself that no longer even exists? Do you realize that every time you go into a different space in yourself, it requires a different you? That just in the form, everybody that sees you as a different person. So you don't even physically exist. So everybody that sees you in a different light based on their perspective of how their reality is, how you fit their reality. So everybody that comes around you is a reflection of your reality. The people that are closest to you, are they hindering you or are they helping you? Are they the pictures hanging on the wall or are they the flowers in that vase? Are they still art? What are they? That's what I mean by where's home. What's in your home? What's taking you to your next level? A lot of us are afraid to expound past what we thought was actually just a dwelling. It never was really home in the first place. Home is where your heart is. So home is where you put your most love, put everything that you put into it. That's why your home is a sanctuary. So if you have people all throughout your house every day, how can your sanctuary be at peace where your mind can be still when you got people running through your house all day? There's no off limits in your house. Every room, like if you ever remembered your grandmother, she had that one room in the house that had plastic. Don't go sit on my furniture. That was an area that was supposed to be looked at and not touched. That was her altar. Whether she cut subconsciously or unconsciously didn't know, that was the altar in your space. So what are you filling your altar with? Everything in your home should be reinforcing you. It's a reflection of you. So if your home's full of disarray and clutter and dirt and dishes in the sink and the refrigerator's always empty but the TV's always on, what are you filling your home with? Take that thought process. What are you filling your home with? That's a nice thought, ain't it? What are you filling your home with? Everybody around you is a reflection of you. And they come into your home. They come into your home space. They come to home base. Are they pictures on the wall that are nice to look at? But if they fall, it's a bitch to put them back up there? Or are they the flowers that you arranged in your house? Are you filling your house with love, or are you filling your house with lust? Are you filling your house with the things that you want to see and help you grow? Or are you filling your house with desires that lose merit and lose weight? These are the things we got to start thinking about when we moving forward into ourselves. You can walk into your house and say, oh yeah, my house full of love and light and peace. But the lights got to go out when you go to sleep. You're going to have that time alone. That time alone is your time in your dark. That's your time in your dark. Remember, the truest essence of spirituality, one of the truest essences of spirituality is understanding how to create light from the dark. So in your home, are you sustaining light, or are you creating from the dark space that is you? When you close your eyes, you think about, I want to do a decoration in my home. Remember, you just brought that from the dark to the light. That's why we have to be careful, even when we're manifesting, we're bringing ourselves to our new energy, who we tell things to, who we speak to, who we listen to. What's still around us? Is it benefiting us in any way? That's why you got to clean that clutter out. Here's something that I heard a while back from an elder. Empty mind, full house. Full mind, empty house. I think I said that the right way. Yes. Full mind, empty house. Empty mind, full house. So what are you filling your home with? We all try to fit these puzzle pieces to keep ourselves to sustain something. What are we sustaining? Are you sustaining from past hurt? And you wonder, we sustain from past hurt, past light, there's a light that's already burnt out. And we wonder why we can't get no energy from it, we're not fulfilled. That's because we're sustaining an old light. That's because we don't understand our power and the capacity that we can create from the darkest dark. We create from the darkest dark. I love the journey that I've been on a personal preference to the thought that I'm sharing with you, beautiful people today, my beautiful gods and beautiful goddesses. There was a point in time where I didn't understand the traumas that were happening in my life necessarily. I didn't understand what was going on in my life necessarily and why the trauma always happened. Because I was always trying to sustain where I was at when that trauma hit. But I felt myself feeling less and less fulfilled. So like I was chasing a hit that I was chasing a high that I was never getting it. But I want you to understand this. Through those traumas activate our truest self. Traumas activate our truest self. Whether it's losing a loved one that's transitioned on, their energy is now through you. What did that trauma teach you? We can't go through life going anymore. We're going with why, because why goes with thinking. Why goes with ego of thinking. We got to go to what. We have to reprogram our minds to go to what is this showing me. So in my home, what is my home a reflection of? Is it a reflection of my past, or is it a reflection of my present? That's when you go into a lot of these people's houses and the refrigerator is empty. They're empty. When you go in there and they got bookshelves, they ain't got no books on them because their mind is empty. They're coming from an empty space. And it's most dangerous is a person coming from an empty space trying to feed you. Because all they can feed you is, everything they feed is empty. Even when you look at yourself, are you coming from a space of love, which is full of abundance? Or are you coming from a space of fear and hesitation. Hesitation kills. You know exactly. You know exactly what you need to do. You're waiting for somebody to give their idea on it, so they be like, okay, yeah, maybe I should do that. Only person you need to convince you is you. All this information, all this knowledge that we gather around and we research every single day that we need to start getting into, that's for you, not for anybody else. Yes, you can share with like minds on the same frequency, and that's how y'all connect, and that's how y'all rise. But those other people, let the dead live with the dead. That's the thought process we got to do with this. So I'm asking you again, where's home? Where's your heart? You cannot get anybody else in order until you're in order. You cannot tell anybody about disciplining themselves until you get yourself disciplined. Until you take those steps. The greatest example is you. Whatever you do as yourself, whatever we do as ourselves, takes us to our next level. We got to start understanding. I remember I listened to an interview with Snoop Dogg when he became Snoop Lion for a little bit. Took in the mantra of that energy. And it was like, as you move forward, you create a gap. The deepest part of that was, I took it even deeper, was that gap that you create, you leave breadcrumbs. You're raising your vibration and getting to a different frequency. So certain things don't resonate anymore. So that's when people that are still in that space where you left, that's when they're going to look at you and be like, oh, that's when you change up. Okay, yeah, I did change up. Jay said it best. I didn't get this far not to change. Change is inevitable. Evolution is a choice. So everything's going to change around you anyway, but are you evolving to adapt to it? Or are you simply going to go into servitude just to stay with it? These are the things we got to start thinking about more and more. I don't want you to do anything but think. I want you to invoke your darkest thoughts. Go into your darkest self and start thinking more. Start thinking more about yourself. What you put around you, what you put into your body, what you put into your home. The most important thing is what we're putting into our home, because that's the first place. Is your home full of clutter and disarray? Is your home organized? These are the things we got to start thinking about more and more and more. The more you start to reflect on that, the more you start to realize how much you love yourself. What you're going to allow and what you won't allow. What do you allow in your life? Are you allowing a bunch of stuff that doesn't no longer need you? Or are you attached to this thought process that I need this in my life because without it, I'm nothing? That's cognitive dissonance. It's a slave mentality. We get locked into slavehood every single time we have that action and thought process to us. We got to break the way we used to survive. It's detrimental to how we were going to rise. How you survive may have been in fear and hate and based on fear, off your ego. How you going to rise has to be based off love and understanding. The first thing you got to understand is why you hated yourself in the first place. And then you'll understand everything else. There's an ancient African proverb that says, there's no enemy but the enemy within. Every day that you learn, every day that you don't learn is a day that you die. That takes the whole aspect of what death is. What's the aspect? What's death? How many times have you killed yourself to get to where you're at now? Every time you go through a traumatic event and something happens and it changes you, guess what? You just died. So you have a new chance to be renewed. How many times have you been reborn? Instead of you waiting on sustaining this thought that something's going to come and bring you to a better space, you have to start realizing that we're all we got. It gets real dirty. But we got to get into that soul and we got to cultivate ourselves. We got to start watering ourselves. We got to start loving ourselves for respect from anybody else. The way that we react to somebody, only thing that we can control is our reaction to others. So in my home, I have control of my home because I have control of my space, because I have control of myself. Because love is where my home is. So if someone comes into my space, they got to go by my rules, my regulations, my discipline, what I set forward. Don't feel bad for setting your own. Don't feel bad for setting standards. Always set your standard high. Set your standard to a point to where you yourself has to change in order to get to it. Once we have established our standard and we start taking off, you remember your trajectory is always higher than your standard. So I don't care where you take off from, when your trajectory, you'll always land on your own standard. And then you'll start wondering, I don't want to be around them type of people anymore. I just don't. I just don't have the feeling. They don't never talk about anything. And it's good. We need to stop discussing. This is another thing about our home. We need to stop discussing the things that are hurting and hindering us and talking about the things that bring us joy. Because everything you talk about is a thought process that goes into your mind, is locked in your head, and guess what? That keeps coming. The universe moves off frequency and numbers. So if you sit here and say, oh my God, why this? And I wish I had $1 million, and you come from a space of despair when you say you want $1 million, how you gonna get that $1 million? Through some underhanded shit. It's gonna come through despair of somebody else, because that's how you want $1 million. But when you come from a space of love and you say you want $1 million, or you want the better job, you want the better car, you want a better career, and you come from a space of positivity, you're gonna be set around people that are in that line of manifestation of that energy, that knowledge that you're gonna need to take you to that next level. There's a funny thing that Facebook does now, because it's attached to Google, that if you type something in your search engine on Google, later on it's popped up on your Facebook feed. That's how the universe works. The minute that you set the intention out there, and you write your daily ritual in the morning, or you set your daily intention, it's going to start gravitating towards you. But the more skeptical you are, and the more fearful you are, the more things are going to come in front of it. They're going to make it seem negative, or it's too hard to do. But the more positive you go forward with it, I can guarantee you, because it happens, it's manifestation, it's our power, that's when it looks easier. Start with one bottle of water. Start with one incense. If you don't have 20 minutes to meditate, take an hour. It starts with that little walk. It starts with cleaning out that cabinet over there that you had all that stuff in. It starts with buying those little beauty flowers.